right, everybody, good afternoon again. For anybody who just jumped on, this is equipped, so we are going to be using some equipment. I'll be coaching mainly through kettlebells and dumbbells today, but if you have anything with some weight to it and want to make it work, you can make it work. I try to throw out some additional cues for it. If you have bands, go ahead and grab them. If you do not have bands, that's fine. You'll live. All right? But if you have some bands, I want you to give yourself a decent amount of tension. So for these long bands I have, I usually just get a little double loop. All right? You're going to pull them apart, brace through the rib cage, and I'm just going to try to work a nice strong pass through. Challenging that shoulder, challenging range of motion, trying to get that rotator cuff to turn out a little bit, challenging that T-spine. If you do not have bands, that's absolutely fine. Just give me some intentful arm circles, really trying to reach those arms out, really trying to feel those shoulders, that upper back being challenged, palms to the sky as you reach back and forth. You can get some blood pumping through without the bands. Not a big deal. Just give me a couple more reps. Wonderful. Let's get those bands out of the way. I will not be coaching with those again today unless that's what you're using. You have to figure out those movements today. All right, make sure you got some room behind you. Brace those feet into the floor. Give me a nice strong hip hinge. Drive those hips back. Nice and tall. Give me a nice squat. Nice and tall. Double lunge, one on each side. Body, I know this one up well. One of my favorites. Nice strong hinge. Squat. Lunge. Lunge. Hinge. Squat. Lunge. Lunge. Let's go two more. Hinge. Squat, lunge, lunge, last round, hinge, squat, lunge, lunge. Excellent. All right, so hopefully I got some blood pumping through those hips. All right, we're going to run through the movements real quick. That's how I incorporate more into the warm-up. So please don't stand there and watch me. You'll be bored out of your mind. Go ahead and grab your dumbbells, grab your kettlebells, whatever you're working with today, make sure they're near you. All right, so first movement we'll be working through, we are going to work supersets again today, all right, is a reverse lunge. With that reverse lunge, you can go with a goblet hold. You can go with a double front rack. You can go with off to the side. Make the weight or the equipment you have work for you. All right, however you want to hold that weight. Let's give me about 6 reverse lunges, 3 on each side. What I'm looking for here is that back knee stays underneath the hips. Okay, so it's not a giant step back. We're trying to target those glutes. Nice and strong. All right, let's get rid, if you have 2 weights, let's get rid of 1. All right, let's take that weight into your right hand. Get it into a rack position, and let's drop that right knee to the floor. So now we're in a half kneel. All right, I want you to give me a nice strong overhead press as you exhale. Bicep to ear, nice and strong. Back down. You think, Chris, that was a little too easy. I'm pretty tough. I want you to take that front foot. I want you to get in line with your knee. Okay? Now press again. Ooh, there is that instability. Say, Chris, still a little too tough. All right, 1 more. Get that front foot up against that knee and press. Pulling back down. Come. That is your half kneel press. This is how we can make it more challenging. All right, let's make sure we switch sides. Working each side evenly. Left side press, bicep to ear. See what that inline feels like if you like. And see what that heel to knee feels like as you press. Okay, so we're challenging that midsection if you haven't noticed. That's our first superset today. Hopefully you practice some of those reps. All right, depending on your weight, again, we're going to go into a goblet squat. All right, if you have if you have a set of light dumbbells, I'd recommend going to a front squat so you have a little bit of weight. But if you have moderate weight to work with, you're going to bring it up towards that chest. The big thing here is drop the elbows, pull that rib cage down, pull those hips down, that nice strong squat, right back up. We know this one well. We do it quite often. Just a nice strong goblet squat. Okay? Having that weight in front allows us to typically challenge our range of motion a little bit more. All right, after we work through that, we're going to work into a lawnmower pull. If you've ever started a lawnmower, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, good for you. Too many years working landscaping in my past. All right, so I got my left foot back. got that kettlebell in my left hand, and I'm starting the lawnmower. So I got that kettlebell a little further out in front of the body, and I'm working a little bit of a rotation. Okay? Very much starting that lawnmower. So you can add today, I'm encouraging power on the pull. Just make sure we are staying in control as we lower the kettlebell, dumbbell, backpack, whatever we have using for weight. All right? So 3 reps opposite side, one right hand, a little bit exaggerated stance, letting that weight come out in front of the body a little bit. We're still bracing the belly. Now, there's a big difference on that pull than bouncing on the low back. Okay, get a little booty pop. We don't want that going on. Okay, we can be stable and we can rotate, bracing the belly, bring the belly button with you. But I don't want to see this stuff going on. All right, I know it looks silly, but we see it a lot. All right, last 2 things we're doing today. We have a staggered RDL. You can work one weight, double weights, make it appropriate for you. I'm going to have my left foot out in front, my right foot slightly back. I'm just working a nice strong hinge. So that right foot is just a kickstand. It's barely on the ground. Let's see if I can get that big toe to float. Now I'm really trying to load up that left hamstring as I push that left hip back. And of course, I'm going to work opposite side. Okay? We're going to work those individually. So we're going to work each side for a round. Okay? So we're really going to load up that hamstring towards the end of class. The last movement today is a hand release push-up. So you will not need weight unless you have a weighted vest on or something. It's not a plyometric push-up. We don't leave the ground at the top. We leave the ground at the bottom. So we work through these. You're going to pull all the way to the floor. Hands come up, and we drive. Hands come up, and we drive. On the knees, it looks exactly the same. Nothing changes. All right? We're nice and strong. All right, that's our workout today. Let's get rolling. We're going to go right into that alternating reverse lunge. So let's make sure we have some appropriate weight. Got about 10 seconds till we get started. I'm going to work a little heavier weight today on these lunges. Going double rack. 45 seconds of work. You can reverse lunge that back knee right into the hips. Let's work. Your pace. Again, you can have that front rack like I have right now. You can have all to the sides. All right, a little more of that hang. We're still strong in the upper back. Or of course you can work a single. Making sure we're driving through that front heel. Let's start incorporating that breath. I don't want your heart rate to skyrocket too early. We're all trying to make strength today. 15 seconds. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. All right, going down to that one weight if you're working doubles. All right, I'm going left side. My left knee's going to the ground. I'm in that half kneel position. Exhale with every press. Press it up. Pull down. Press. Pull down. Now your pace. So the same side that has your weight, that knee is down. All right, if it feels way too easy, let's narrow up that base a little bit. Okay, trying to get that front foot either in line with the knee or closer to the knee. So we're having to challenge that belly a little bit. Ten seconds. Last 4, 3, 2, and relax. Take your time, switch. We got a little bit of recovery. Again, going right hand press now. You can work either side you want to work with first. Whenever we work unilateral movements, I like to start left because I always tend to start right. All right, let's press. Been trying to switch it up here recently. You're making sure you're in control, so you have a strong enough base to where you're not all over the place, but tight enough in that base to where you feel challenged. We're trying to get that bicep all the way to that ear, so we really get that full extension through the shoulder, through the arm. Not forgetting about that breath. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's make our way back up top. One more round of that reverse lunge. Okay, I'm going to leave it up to you. You want to be front racked, you want to be hang, you're a goblet, got a barbell on your back, whatever works for you. All right, reverse lunge, let's work. And that front heel is where the work's coming from. And we're also making sure we're pressing through the toes. It's not a giant step back. It's just enough. Keep that back knee underneath the hips. If you tend to find that your low back starting to hurt, it might be because you're stepping back too far and you're actually putting it in your low back by that exaggerated lunge. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. All right, going back to that half heel. And I'm going left side press first. Find that rack. Let's work. So everything's your tempo today. All right, make sure your tempo is appropriate for your weight. That's why I like to do a lot of time stuff with you all. I know a lot of us don't have the options to keep changing between lighter and heavier weights, especially quickly. So whatever weight you're working with, you find your appropriate tempo. 15 more seconds. This is our last set on that left side. So let's challenge ourselves. 4, 3, 2, and relax. Woo! Getting warm. All right. Big breath. Got time. Switching sides. Exhale on every rep. Let's work. If you find yourself getting comfortable, you're just going through the motion, be honest with yourself. Huh? Get that front foot in line with that knee. Challenge that midsection a little bit more. And narrow it up if you need to. And for me, it's a lot more intense. Woo! 8 seconds. 3, 2, and let's make our way up top. All right, we're switching over to that goblet squat, that lawnmower pull. All right, goblet squat's going to start us off. Goblet squat, we are going to try to keep those elbows tight unless you are doing a front rack. Okay, but if you're with me, we're working here. Nice and strong. Get the ice cream man driving by right now. I really hope y'all can't hear it. Be bad motivation right now. Maybe for some of us that is our motivation. 15 seconds. Strong exhale every time we stand. So pull that belly in. 3, 2, and relax. All right, going out lawnmower pull. You can try to start with your non-dominant side. Let's switch over to my left side for a while. Working that strong lawnmower pull. Strong through that belly. All right, staggered stance. Start that lawnmower, let's work. You're trying to aim that weight a little bit out in front of the body, almost in line with that front foot. Now I'm a big fan of rotation. Just make sure you're doing it on purpose. Last week we worked a little bit more anti-rotation. We stay stable. We just allow the shoulder blade to move. Mix it up this week. 5 seconds. And relax. All right. Switching sides. Got time. Sweat starting to come on. Brace the belly. Strong hinge, even that staggered stance. Start that lumbar. Okay, you're finding your appropriate tempo. Nice little turn through the hips if you like to add it. My target is to keep my belly button pointed towards my kettlebell. That ensures that I'm protecting my low back, protecting my lumbar. And relax. All right. Heading on back to that goblet squat. All right. Big breath. Squat position. Let's work. So you can toy with a few things here. If you're thinking, oh, I really wish I had a little bit more weight, control on the way down, and explode. Control on the way down, explode. Punch those hips. Punch those heels to the floor. Make the body produce enough force where it thinks that weight has an extra 0. 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. All right. One of my favorite sayings is make lightweight feel heavy, it'll make heavyweight feel light. Back to that lumbar pull. Let's work. This is our last set with this upper body pull today. Just really make sure we're giving the effort here. Making sure this, you're still pointing that rib cage or that elbow towards the rib cage. You're still pointing that shoulder down. So you're not scrunching up towards the ear. It's still a row. Just a little angle. Four, 3, 2, and relax. Woo. All right. Going opposite side. For me is that right side. My right foot's going back. I'm braced through the belly, long through that head. Let's work. If you're adding that rotation, or if you're emphasizing that rotation, just make sure you're doing it on purpose. Your breath is matching. You're turning the belly. Right about 10 seconds. Three, 2, and relax. All right, so we have that staggered RDL coming up. All right, remember one foot goes slightly back, so we're loading up one side. I'm going to go with a double hold, so I'm going to have a kettlebell in each hand. So I challenge those hamstrings here at the end. My left foot staying planted, my right foot's going slightly back, driving my left hip back. So I feel that hamstring get tight. Man, I feel that tension. I know it's time to stand up. No matter what your weight is, you're looking to feel that tension, strong through the belly, and extend through the hip. Pressing through that heel. 4, 3, 2, and relax. All right, switching out sides. We're still staying with that RDL. Let's give my grip a little breather. Ice cream man just parked right outside. I think he knows you're here. All right, left foot goes slightly back. Let's work. Now try to get as light as you can on that support leg, on that kickstand, on that rear foot. Strong in that upper back. Whether we're double weight or single. Starting to think about those hand release push-ups we have coming up. Those ever so humbling hand release push-ups. 3, 2, and relax. All right, so again, with the hand release push-up, we're not going plyometric. You're not letting go at the top. We're letting go at the bottom. Knees or toes, doesn't matter. Everything looks the same as far as your pillar. Let's load it up, lower down, lift hands, drive. Down, lift hands, drive. This is a great variation to really retrain the pecs. Getting it out of the shoulders. And getting rid of that stretch shortening cycle, we really have to rely on those strong pecs to get us off the ground. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and we're up. All right, first let's over that back. Woo. All right. You're going back to that RDL. I'm working left side first. You leave it up to you. You know which one's stronger side. Take my right foot slightly back. Bracing through the belly, strong in my upper back. Let's work. So think about trying to take your loaded leg. So for me, it's my left leg. I'm trying to take that left hip. I'm trying to press it back to the wall behind me. Okay? I'm not just folding forward. I'm actively pressing my hip back so I can really load the glute and not load the low back. Kettlebells are staying right under my center mass. They're going right outside of my front leg. If you reach out in front of the body, I'll give you a demo in a second. Relax, eyes on computer. If you're doing this, you can only imagine what's going on with your low back. It's even hard for me to do that on accident. You want to try to keep that weight right along that front leg. All right, switch it up. Let's work. And I'm actively pressing back that right hip. I haven't gone passive in my upper back. I'm strong with that weight, long through my head, emphasizing exhale as I stand. We're about 15 seconds, and then we finish off with that hand release push-up, and then we're done for the day. Three, 2, and you're done with your weights for today. Woo. We can thank them, show them some gratitude. That is our theme for the month, by the way. Thank you, kettlebells, for whooping my rear end. Let's finish off with that hand release. Lower down. Let's work 45 seconds. You are done. Make sure your tempo, again, matches the intensity you need and your goals. I'm trying to emphasize a little extra power. Trying to explode off the ground. $15 seconds. Almost there, last 5, 4, 3, 2, let's keep that last rep in. Woo! Y'all, great work. So my gratitude for this month. Thank y'all very much for joining me this evening. If you're West Coast, thanks for spending your afternoon with me. If you're on the East Coast with me, get your furniture off the porch. Storm's coming, in case you didn't know. Anyways, thank y'all again for joining. If you will, take a quick stand. We're just going to take a deep breath in, open up that chest, reach those hands back. As you exhale, round those arms, interlock those fingers, and press the palm away. Breathe. Inhale, open up chest. Exhale, interlock fingers, press palm away. All right, make sure you're not dizzy. Let's take that left foot behind our right. If you are feeling a little weak, a little light in the legs, give yourself a nice base, okay? You don't need to be super tight. Take that left hand overhead. Let's lateral reach. Let's open up that left side. Keeping the head nice and tall. Let's go and switch it on out. Right foot comes back. This is not enough stretching for what we just did. This is enough to get you out of here and hopefully send a signal to your body that you're done. Okay, so your body starts trying to recover itself. Okay, if you're staying for strength flow, I recommend grabbing a quick little snack. Maybe something with a little bit of sugar there would be a bad idea. Something light on the stomach though. We'll be rolling here in a few minutes. Rest of you have a wonderful night. Thank you very much for joining.